Carol Burnett was born on April 26, 1933, in San Antonio, Texas, to a family struggling with financial hardship and her parents' issues with alcoholism. Raised primarily by her grandmother in a modest Los Angeles apartment, Carol learned to cope with her circumstances through humor and imagination. This early exposure to the power of laughter would go on to shape her future. Carol attended the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA, initially pursuing a degree in journalism. However, her passion for the performing arts soon redirected her career path. With the help of an anonymous benefactor, Carol moved to New York City to follow her dreams of acting, a moment that would not only change her life, but would later inspire her to help others in need. This selfless act became a cornerstone of her philosophy, focusing on kindness, gratitude, and giving back. Breaking into showbiz, Carol's early career and TV success. Carol Burnett's journey into the spotlight began in the 1950s, with appearances on variety shows like The Gary Moore Show. Her distinct style of comedy, blending physical slapstick with sharp wit, immediately caught the public's attention. Her ability to switch between outrageous humor and heartfelt sincerity made her stand out from her peers. Carol's fearless approach to comedy was evident when she performed I Made a Fool of Myself over John Foster Dulles, showcasing her remarkable comedic timing and her originality in addressing even the most unexpected topics. Audiences were captivated by her authenticity, and her ability to laugh at herself became a trademark. Her early success laid the foundation for her groundbreaking role in The Carol Burnett Show, where she would go on to become a true television pioneer, breaking barriers in an industry traditionally dominated by men. Accolades and influence, Carol Burnett's enduring legacy. Throughout her illustrious career, Carol Burnett garnered numerous accolades, including multiple Emmy Awards, Golden Globes, and the prestigious Presidential Medal of Freedom. In addition to these honors, she received the Kennedy Center Honors in 2003 and the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor in 2013, cementing her place as one of the most influential figures in comedy and entertainment. Carol's influence extends far beyond her own work. Her ability to mix physical comedy with clever, character-driven humor has inspired countless performers, from Tina Fey to Kristen Wiig. Her role as a female host in a male-dominated field continues to resonate, serving as a beacon of what is possible for women in entertainment. Even in her later years, Carol continues to appear in television and film, proving that her comedic spark has never faded. The complex relationship between Carol Burnett and Joe Hamilton. Carol Burnett and Joe Hamilton's marriage was not without its challenges. Despite their success, the couple faced personal difficulties, including the struggles of raising a family and dealing with their daughter Carrie's battles with addiction. These struggles became a driving force in Carol's advocacy for parents facing similar challenges, as she and Joe openly discussed the difficulties of dealing with addiction within their family. They also became active in supporting recovery efforts, including raising funds for the clinic where Carrie received treatment. Carol's dedication to helping others extended beyond her family, as she and Carrie traveled to Moscow in 1988 to help establish the first Alcoholics Anonymous branch in the Soviet Union. This selfless effort demonstrated Carol's commitment to supporting global recovery movements and breaking the silence around addiction. Personal loss and resilience. Carol Burnett's continued advocacy and love. Tragically, Joe Hamilton passed away in 1991 after battling cancer, which marked a painful chapter in Carol Burnett's life. His death left a void both personally and professionally, as the two had shared a deep bond, navigating the pressures of show business while raising their family. Despite the challenges she faced, Carol continued to lend her voice to important causes, including public health campaigns such as her work with Medical Alert. She was symbolically honored as the organization's 1 millionth member and received the 1 millionth Medical Alert bracelet, a recognition that underscored her influence as a trusted public figure. Carol's ability to cope with personal loss and her resilience in the face of hardship only further solidified her role as a source of inspiration to many. A new beginning. Carol Burnett's marriage to Brian Miller. After the pain of Joe Hamilton's death, Carol Burnett found love again with Brian Miller, a talented drummer 23 years her junior. The couple married on November 24, 2001, marking a fresh chapter in Carol's life. Their relationship reflected Carol's resilience and openness to new beginnings, even after the many trials she had faced. Their marriage was a testament to Carol's vibrant spirit and her willingness to embrace love, companionship, and new experiences. Despite societal expectations about age and past relationships, Carol's partnership with Brian demonstrated that true love knows no boundaries. Together, they have continued to build a life filled with joy, personal growth, and love, proving that the best chapters of life can still come in later years. Carol Burnett and Harvey Korman, a complex partnership. Carol Burnett's comedic partnership with Harvey Korman is one of the most celebrated in television history. However, beneath the surface of their beloved collaboration, there were personal and professional tensions that created a more complex relationship than most people realized. Despite their obvious chemistry on screen, Carol struggled with some of Harvey's behaviors off-camera. Known for his unpredictable temper and sometimes difficult personality, Harvey's moodiness and arrogance often created tension in the working environment. Carol, who had a strong work ethic and a nurturing personality, found his lack of professionalism difficult to bear at times. She also felt hurt by his occasional dismissiveness and his tendency to take credit for work that was a team effort. The emotional undercurrent. Carol's deep resentment toward Harvey Korman. Carol's feelings toward Harvey Korman were not just rooted in professional frustration, but also in personal resentment. While they shared a long and successful partnership on The Carol Burnett Show, there were moments when Carol truly disliked Harvey. His temperamental nature and sometimes condescending attitude made her feel disrespected, and their off-camera relationship never blossomed into genuine friendship. Carol struggled to reconcile her admiration for Harvey's talent with her frustration at his behavior, leading to a deeper emotional conflict. In interviews, she has admitted that her feelings toward Harvey were complicated, and while she appreciated his comedic genius, there were times when she couldn't stand working with him. This candid admission highlights the complexities of working with a close collaborator over many years, especially in an industry where professional tensions can sometimes overshadow personal relationships. Behind the scenes, the reality of a comedic duo's tension. Despite their celebrated comedic partnership, the behind-the-scenes dynamic between Carol Burnett and Harvey Korman was far more complicated. The intense emotional investment both put into the show amplified any irritations and frustrations they felt toward each other. The demands of working together day in and day out created a situation where personal grievances could not easily be avoided or overlooked. Carol's deep feelings of frustration toward Harvey were a reflection of her immense dedication to the success of the show and her high expectations for her collaborators. While audiences saw their seamless performances and perfect comedic timing, the reality was that Carol and Harvey's relationship was filled with moments of tension, emotional contradictions, and complex feelings that ultimately made their partnership far from perfect.